It's the week we've all been waiting for. UFC 322 is finally here. Double champ status for 2 fights on the main card. It's going to be insane. JDM versus Islam. Zhang Wei Li versus Valentina Shevchenko. A bunch of welterweights on the main card, boys. We're going to get into it. I'm going to tell you guys all of my picks. All of my picks. We're going to go through everything. This card is honestly, top 5 of the year. Top 3 of the year. I'm not going to say it's the... I'm not personally going to say it's the best card. I have to look back at a few cards. This is definitely top 3 though. So we're going to get into it, boys. We're going to honestly start from the main event and work our way down. All right, this is a big boy card. First of all, if I had to put a number on it, obviously it's 322, right? This is UFC 322. But if I had to put a number on it and tell you guys like out of 10 how much this card means to me, this is like an 8. This is like an 8.5. This card is absolutely bussin'. The only reason it's not a 10, we could have some. We honestly could have some better fights on here, but that's okay. That's neither here nor there. Now, all right, boys. For the main event, we already know we have Islam Makhachev versus Jack Della Maddalena. Now, Jack Della Maddalena is a plus 220. Don't look at that plus 2. He's plus 220 right now. Underdog. He's an underdog. Listen. We're not even going to get into that. We're smacking JDM. Look, Islam barely was able to tap out a Dustin Poirier who was 35 years old, 1-1 in his last 2, 2-2 in his last 4, had one hip, coming off of an ACL surgery, right? Could not hold him down, could barely submit him. Dustin was piecing him up on the feet. He sliced Islam's face open with an elbow. Islam has trouble with every big fight he has. Okay, you guys remember that Volkanovski was a plus like 300 underdog when he went into that first fight with Islam, and Islam barely was able to hold him. That fight was tooth and nail with a small featherweight, right? And he's also going tooth and nail with Dustin Poirier, who is 35 years old. Jack Della Maddalena is 29 years old. He's young. Islam Makhachev is 5 years older. Now, I honestly did think that there was going to be a bigger height and reach advantage for JDM. JDM has a 2.5-inch reach advantage and a 1-inch height advantage, but all right. We obviously have the weight advantage. JDM is a natural welterweight, and Islam is coming up from lightweight, even though Islam's saying he's taking creatine. Islam, you're not taking no creatine. We know it's, we know what's going on. You don't even pass the smell test, if I'm going to be honest with you, Islam. But boys, JDM is going to beat up Islam. JDM's takedown defense is absolutely superb. You guys think that Islam had a tough time taking down Dustin? Dustin has a terrible takedown defense percentage. JDM blows that out of the water, and people are like, wait a minute. Iraq, Bilal barely shot against JDM. Well, the reason Bilal barely shot against JDM is because every time he did, he was not successful. And then the one time that JDM was on his back on the floor, he was there for like maybe 15 seconds and reversed the position and got up. JDM is great at reversals and getting up, and not to mention, his jiu-jitsu coach is Craig fucking Jones, one of the best jiu-jitsu practitioners on planet Earth. And guess what? He's a jiu-jitsu coach of Volkanovski. Look what Volkanovski did to Islam in their first fight. If you don't agree with me that it's a robbery, you have to agree that that fight was close. And Islam couldn't finish Volk. That is not even arguable. That is a fact. The first fight, right? JDM's sparring partner, teammate, Volkanovski, has 25 minutes of experience with Islam Makhachev. He knows how Islam feels. He knows what Islam does in certain positions, and that's it. It's over. JDM is on a revenge run for what you did to Volkanovski, and I'm absolutely here for it. We're locking in JDM moneyline. Now, yes, I do want to say KO TKO. Would it be fantastic if he goes out there and Ilia Tuporia's Islam Makhachev and just pieces him up, sends him to outer space? Absolutely. I would love that. I would love a round 1 KO TKO from Jack Della Maddalena. I could see it now. Jack sprawls, defends the takedown with his high guard. You know what I mean? You can't take him down. Then gets up, bang! Islam's asleep. It's over. But in reality, if he does knock him out, it's probably going to be like the 3rd or 4th round, maybe even the 5th. But I have this going to a decision. But we're not locking that in. We're locking in money line. Straight money line JDM. Plus 210 is good for me. Plus 210 is good for me. Now, if I really wanted better odds, honestly, I would lock in decision because that's where I think this is going. But moneyline is perfectly fine. We're smacking moneyline for this main event, boys. I am ready. If Islam loses, which is what I have for Islam Makhachev on the agenda board, by the way, Islam does not go back down to 155. You think this dude put on all this muscle to lose and just go back down? No, he's gonna stay there, and he's gonna fight one of these dudes that are on these cards. That is on this card, right? This card is full of welterweights. Leon Edwards, Carlos Prates, Sean Brady, Michael Morales, a whole gang of welterweights. All right, it's not even gonna be fair. Personally, I think that the next fight we see from Islam, when he loses, because it's going to happen, is going to be Sean Brady at the White House card, and Sean Brady's going to run through him. And Sean Brady is going to run through him. Now, boys, we're going to go to the co-main event. A lot of people aren't really talking about this, but this is going to be a banger. Look, I am a dude who tells you guys not to watch women's MMA. Don't watch it. It's boring. It's literally boring. But this is going to be a spectacle. Look, I'm going Zhang Weili. I'm going Zhang Weili. Chinese, strong. I know Valentina Shevchenko is Russian or whatever. Right? She's from Russia, right? You guys gonna tell me where she's from? From Russia? Kyrgyzstan. Shout out to the Kyrgyzstanians, okay? But Zhang Weili, in my personal opinion, from a guy who doesn't watch women's MMA and literally only knows about women's MMA from TikTok highlights, right? Zhang Weili's a different animal. Zhang Weili is a down. We know Valentina Shevchenko can belly dance. You got her there. But Zhang Weili's moving up for double champ status. I think she has this in the bag. You guys remember the video, her picking up Francis. The girl can wrestle. She's strong. Yeah, she did get knocked out by Rose Namajunas. But if you even compare their resumes, like their records, not their resume, but just like their overall records, because I'm honestly not deep diving Zhang Weili and Valentina Shevchenko's record for you guys. I could care less, right? But Zhang Weili has the more positive win-loss ratio right here. Now, boys, the real co-main event, Sean Brady versus Michael Morales. The disrespect they put on Leon Edwards. The disrespect, but I get it. Leon got thrashed against Sean Brady. How can you put Leon over Sean Brady? So I see where they're going here, but Sean Brady is fighting Michael Morales. Now, if you look at their resumes, I mean, their records, I don't know why I'm saying resumes. Sean Brady's 18-1 and Michael Morales is 18-0. Now, when this is over, I personally think Sean Brady's going to be 19-1 and Michael Morales is going to be 18-1. Okay, all right? You know what I mean? Look, Sean Brady is a fantastic grappler, fantastic wrestler. He does get overwhelmed on the feet. There are some moments in his fight in his fights in the UFC where he looks a little goofy. Gonna be honest with you. Not the Leon fight, though. The Leon fight, it looked like Leon was an untrained toddler. So I don't really know how well I'm going to scale that performance, considering Leon was coming off of getting his ass whooped by Bilal Muhammad, and you made it even worse for him. But to be fair, you finished Leon, and Bilal did not. So we have something right there. But Michael Morales is coming off of absolutely decimating ancient Gilbert Burns. Gilbert Burns is ancient, boys. Like, let's be honest here. Why is he even still in the rankings? Why is he even still getting fights? Get him out of here. You guys care for him, right? Get him out of here. But look, Sean Brady got overwhelmed on the feet by Bilal Muhammad. Overwhelmed on the feet by Bilal Muhammad. He got knocked out by Bilal Muhammad. So that's why I'm a little iffy. I do think Michael Morales has a lot of power. Michael Morales is a strong dude. He has a lot of power. He puts people to bed. But to be honest, knocking out Gilbert Burns at this age isn't really that big of an achievement. All right? I'm just being 100%. Sean Brady, though, looks like a monster. Looks like an animal. Very strong. I think that he wins this. I'm going to be honest with you guys. We haven't really seen Michael Morales fight a elite wrestler. Yes, I know Michael Morales was a wrestler back in the day. Big whoop-de-doo. He hasn't fought a high-level, elite UFC-level wrestler. That's just a fact. It's just a fact. I think Sean Brady gets this done. I think he's going to grapple him, obviously, put him down, submit him. That's it. I think Michael Morales learns a lot from this loss. I'm going to be honest with you. He's 26 years old. Sean Brady's 32. Obviously, Michael's going to be in the UFC a little bit longer than Sean Brady, hopefully if he gets no injuries or anything like that. But I think this is a big learning moment for Michael Morales. He's going to be like, wow, I need to learn some grappling. Maybe I can't knock this dude out. But who knows? I'm a little 50-50 on this fight. I am honestly a little 50-50 on this fight. I really am. If Michael Morales can somehow defend the takedowns and pressure Sean Brady on the feet, it's over. It's over. Sean Brady, in my personal opinion, doesn't do well against pressure on the feet, and it's over. So this is a 50-50 fight. And if Sean Brady wins, I want to see Sean Brady versus the loser of JDM and Islam, which hopefully, please Please let it be Islam. Please let it be Islam. Please. Just please. All right? Come on. Come on. Let's be real here. Now, the fight under this, boys. Banger. Banger. I'm 50-50. This is such a good card. Such a fantastic card. But just like I said before, I'm leaning Sean Brady. I'm leaning Leon Edwards here. I am leaning Leon Edwards, but I'm a lot more 50-50 on this fight than I was the Sean Brady-Michael Morales fight. I'm going to be honest with you guys here. Leon Edwards is coming off of two horrific, disgusting performances that made him look dog shit. Absolutely terrible. These dudes are similar in age. Carlos Prates has 4 inches in reach advantage, but Leon is an inch taller. That reach advantage is honestly going to play a huge part in here. Now, if Carlos Prates is smart, if he's smart, which he might be, he's just going to take Leon down. He's going to take Leon down, get him upset, and make him quit. Leon is a quitter. I have a Leon Edwards shirt in my closet that I will be wearing at the UFC 322 live stream, but boys, Leon's a quitter. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. He quit against Bilal. He mega quit against Sean Brady, and he almost quit against the Usman fight, the second Usman fight. So personally, I honestly don't know. Carlos is all right on the feet. I think Leon's a little bit more strategic and a lot more confident in his striking, but if Carlos presents the takedown threat, it might as well be over. It honestly might as well be over, man. I am leaning Leon, though. I'm hoping in the time that we have seen him, which was, 7 months, he has learned to grapple, learned to wrestle, learned to maybe defend a takedown and not shoot a takedown. Okay? Please. But we are leaning Leon Edwards 1,000%, boys. Now, the fight under this on the main card, the first fight on the main card was Beneil Dariush versus Benoit Saint-Denis at 155. Confuses me. Now, this fight really confuses me. Listen, Beneil Dariush has a chicken jaw. I'm going to be honest with you guys. In his last 3 fights, he got knocked out twice in the first round. In his last 2 fights. It really wasn't looking good. But that Renato Moicano fight, Beneil looked damn skippy. He looked on point. Now, Benoit, I don't trust. I don't trust Benoit Saint-Denis. I'm going to be honest with you guys. Now, his win against Kyle Propolek is absolutely legit. Shout out to him. Loss against Renato Moicano wasn't really looking well. That Ruffy fight, Ruffy was getting pressured. You did look very good in that Ruffy fight. This fight just confused. I'm 50-50 on a lot of these fights. I'm leaning Beneil. Beneil has the edge, in my personal opinion. The professional edge. Something in my brain is telling me Beneil Dariush has the professional edge over Benoit Saint-Denis. I don't trust Benoit. I don't trust the Frenchman. I don't trust this certain Frenchman, Benoit Saint-Denis. I don't know. He's winning the Dustin Poirier fight. Gets slept, gets kamehameha. I don't know. Ever since then, I've been a little iffy on Benoit Saint-Denis. Now, boys, hey, I've been excited for this. I haven't made a personal video about Bo Nickel, but in reality, I really should. A successful hate watch this weekend really might be in the works for me. It really, honestly, might be in the works for me. We got Bo Nickel versus Rodolfo Vieira, the black belt hunter. This dude is sick at jiu-jitsu. He knows what he's doing. He is 7 years older. And personally, I think he gets the job done. Now, yes, I am very biased against Bo Nickel. I don't like Bo Nickel. His last out, he went out there and quit. He literally quit. Come on, you got hit with one knee to the chest. It was like at 50%. I get it. You were winded, but not very Ultimate Fighter of you, if you personally ask me. And I just don't like Bo Nickel, his personality, his aura. I don't know, there's something about him I just don't like personally. So we will be going Rodolfo Vieira via submission. Look, Bo's going to want to take him down. Bo's going to want to take Rodolfo down. Rodolfo is going to then buggy choke Bo Nickel. All right? That's what I have going on here. Bo Nickel, please lose. But I would honestly prefer an Islam loss way over a Bo Nickel loss. 1,000 times over. This fight is going to win fight of the night. or at least performance of the night. Roman Kopylov versus Gregory Rodriguez, Mr. RoboCop himself. This is going to be an absolute bashing. And the odds don't know what they're talking about. Gregory Rodriguez should be minus 6,000. Minus 6,000. Look, Gregory Rodriguez is an absolute animal. Roman Kopylov literally looked like an interactive heavy bag against Paulo Costa. He stood there, followed him around, eating kicks, getting punched in the face, and just not doing anything to protect himself. Gregory Rodriguez is going to walk this dude down. Look, Gregory walked down Jared Cannonier for 4 rounds. For 4 rounds. All right? You think Roman Kopylov stands a chance? You ask me? Obviously not. Now, I am a little upset that we're seeing Roman Kopylov return before we see a Paulo Costa return. Like, what? Like, what? But, hey, Roman's hungry. He wants to get back in there. I think Gregory is a hard out for Roman Kopylov. Roman Kopylov is going down. It's over. Gregory Rodriguez is going to lock this in 1,000%. I got Gregory Rodriguez money line, boys. Now, Aaron Blanchfield versus Tracy Cortez. Look, normally I tell you guys, don't watch these women fights. Don't do it. But every fight on this card is a fucking banger. I'm going to be honest with you. Aaron Blanchfield is coming off of literally walking out to the main event and then having a seizure in the back of the Apex, and they canceled the main event. That was her last time showing up to the UFC. Tracy Cortez, I believe, is is coming off of like a long hiatus, right? 2025. No, she's not. All right, so I don't know where I heard that from, but she did get beat up by Rose Namajunas. All these girls got beat up by Rose. I'm gonna be honest with you. Don't bet on this fight. Don't. Aaron Blanchfield might not even make it to the octagon. No joke. I'm not making a joke of her having a seizure. Very respectful of people who have seizures, okay? I'm going to be honest with you. Now, look, we're moving on. That got a little too dark. Malcolm Wellmaker versus Cody Haddon. Now, look, Malcolm Wellmaker is a beast. He's a beast. He's a beast. He has some power in his hands, but his last fight, he fought a fucking trash can. An absolute trash can. No disrespect to Chris Motunio, but Chris. But Malcolm knocked out Cameron Simon, who, personally, I hold extremely highly, even though he's not. It's not really looking good right now. He is going to be fighting Cody Haddon. Cody Haddon, I have never heard of. Honestly, he won his contender series against a dude named Billy Brand, and then beat up Dan Ortega last year in October. We haven't seen him since. This is his first time back. He's an Australian. I don't know. I'm assuming Malcolm has... Yeah, he has the reach advantage, the height advantage. Who knows? Hey, who knows? Look, the odds aren't as skewed towards Malcolm as I thought they would be. Honestly, so something's going on. Look, it's damn near even money. Minus 145 to plus 125. Something tells me that something's you guys want to talk about the UFC fixing fights? They might be fixing to put Malcolm down, okay? This guy, Cody Haddon, might have some tricks up his sleeve. I don't know why the odds aren't. Look, 89% of people are going on Malcolm Wellmaker KO TKO. A lot of people have Cody Haddon decision 11%. What's the full percentage for Cody? Wow, 69% of that 11% is on Cody Haddon's decision. 10% by KO. Like 20% submission. Okay. I would stay away from this. Nobody knows who this Cody Haddon is. If you know who Cody Haddon is, you're a fucking liar. You're a liar. You're an absolute liar. Moving on, guys. Gerald Meerschaert versus Kyle Dukakis. Now, boys, we know who Kyle Dukakis is. We do know who Kyle Dukakis is. He beat up Michel Pereira, knocked him out in the first round, 43 seconds. Not looking good, man. He has 3 finishes in his last 3 fights. His first fight in the UFC was against Michel Pereira. They have him fighting Gerald Meerschaert, who, in my personal opinion, needs to be fucking cut from the UFC. Cut this dude. Cut him. Last 3, 0-3. He won 2 fights. Edmund Shabazian, who's okay. And then Brian Barbinia. And then lost to Craig Jones, grappling. Nothing wrong there. Andre Podolski split decision. Okay, maybe that could have went his way. Got slept by Joe Pyfer. Like, dude looks like a Christmas tree up in here. We're going Kyle Dukakis. Kyle Dukakis is going to have this one in the bag, boys. Minus 350. Yeah, I guess so. Shepe. They're bringing Shepe out. Shepe is coming back out, boys. Look, Shepe is a beast. Shepe is a beast, but he's not really a finisher. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to be honest with you. He's not really out here putting people down, sending them into orbit, all right? They must have just signed this dude. Oh, no. What a weird record. You guys see this? Signed by the UFC. 2 fights in CFFC. Signed by the UFC. 2 fights in CFFC. He's winning fights, though. I don't understand why he's taking other fights in CFFC. I guess the UFC is just not. He's champion at CFFC. He beat Nico Price in a grappling match. He fought on Prohaska Pereira 1. Okay. I'm not going to lie. We're going this guy. We're going Pat Sabatini. Pat Sabatini's going to put Shepe down. Going to put Shepe down. Look. Hey, hate watch alert. Bagshanar Snudishnayev is fighting Eric Moicano. Bagshanar beat the brakes. Not the brakes. He beat up our boy Eric Nolan. Eric Nolan, man, friend of the channel. I like bro a lot. I know one of his relatives. That dude is a savage. That fight was a lot closer than it was supposed to be, but Bagshanar won. But he won. He is going to be fighting Eric Moicano. Eric Miconio is 1-1 in his last 2. Got slept by Nursulon Ruzdabaniev, all right? But his record's not that bad, boys. His record's pretty decent. Lost his first 2 fights. That's a good sign. You lose your first 2 fights, that's a good sign. Jack Della did. Marab did. That's a good sign, boys. Hey. Beat up Cody Brundage. Split decision, though. I don't know how I feel about that. Very chinny. 100% of his losses come by KO, TKO. I would obviously go Bagshanar Shrusayev. Look, why they disrespected my boy Borisklav by having him opening the card. Are you serious? No main event for Borisklav. Borisklav is 1-3 in his last 4. 1-3-1 in his last 5. Not really looking good for him, but I love this dude, Borisklav. What a funny ass dude. He's fighting Mateus Camilio, who is coming off of a loss to Gabe Green round 2. I can never bet against Borisklav, man. Borisklav knows what violence is, boys. He knows what violence is, boys. We're just staying away from this one. We're just gonna stay away from this one, boys. Look, UFC 322 is fucking fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. All right, man. If you made it all the way this far, please like the video, comment, subscribe. Make sure you guys tap in for the live I'm going to do commentating on this event for the main card. All right, man. I hope you guys have a good one. I'll see you guys later.